Hello, everyone. Welcome to a presentation on the database resources and how to access those. So the purpose of this presentation will be to show you resources you can use for your paper that will be reliable, that will come from those databases, and they'll be good sources to help you make your arguments. So if we scroll down here on the speed dial page to where the library link for high school is, click on that link. And then up here at the top where it says databases, you'll click there. And on the database page, we have access to some of the resources that you can use. I'd like to point out first that the database password sheet is right here down at the bottom. You're going to need these passwords in order to access these databases at home, or at least some of them. And so you'll have to make sure that you check that. You'll also have to be logged into your Penn Manor account in order to see that password sheet. It is locked otherwise. So if you're having trouble seeing it, that might be the issue. So a few databases that you can use. I'll start here with some of the ones that tend to work for most students. Opposing Viewpoints tends to be a very good database for this research paper. It has different points of view on controversial issues. Even if your topic isn't outright listed under the Browse Issues tab, you can still do a search and you can see if there's anything about your topic and be with all of these databases, you'll need to be particularly careful with sort of how you're phrasing the research and what you're doing as you type it in. So you'll see here then there are some resources. They have uploaded and added some things for COVID-19. You'll have to see if you are choosing one of those topics. You'll have to see if the information connects. And there's a lot of other different topics here. Again, you'll do the search up here. You can use, there are some tabs here and some buttons that will allow you to help you to cite your research. And some of those things, if we go into explore this topic and read more, we can see then we have the cite button. We can download the article. You can make notes and those kinds of things. So this is Opposing Viewpoints by Gale. There's a couple of Gale databases that I'll mention. This is a good one to start with. I find that this is one that I do recommend from the outset. Another good one to begin with is JSTOR. JSTOR offers a lot of journal articles. The biggest thing with JSTOR is that you do have to go into the advanced search right here. Make sure that you select that and then scroll down, and especially I would recommend narrowing by articles to start, but also consider your dates, how recent you want your articles to be. And then the discipline, and this discipline, depending on what you're doing your topic on, if it's health related, and we want to do, the health sciences, maybe you want to pick a few different ones, but this can really help to focus your results. So please use the advanced search if you do decide to use JSTOR. Other databases that can be helpful here, I'm gonna bounce around a little bit, but Student Resources in Context is another Gale database. They do have different articles than Opposing Viewpoints, so you may find some other articles inside of this database too. So that's one you can check out. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Power Library resources. Power Library has some very good things that are available to you. However, you have to have a public library card. And if you don't have a public library card, you won't be able to open any of these databases. If you need one or need an e-card, that's actually a pretty easy thing to do. You can go into powerlibrary.org/e-card. And if you do that, it'll take you to this screen that will allow you to register. And then you'll have a number, which will mean that you can get into the databases that I'll show you in just a minute. Both of these first databases are great. They're academic OneFile and Academic Search Main Edition, which means that they may give you some scholarly content. They are cross-curricular, which means they have just a whole bunch of different journal articles from different topics. You can see science, technology, medicine, engineering, the arts, literature. So they're going to cover a little bit of everything with your topics. If we scroll down here a little bit, We're going to skip a lot of these. I will just briefly mention there's a business insight. So you get statistical data about companies and industries that might be useful to you depending on which of the topics that you are doing. We'll scroll down just a little bit farther. There is an ebooks collection with about 16,000 ebooks. And again, it might be worth doing a quick search in there to see what you can find and if that will work for you. A lot of you will have education related resources, or you're doing something connected to schools. And the Educators Reference Complete is one database that would be great for that. And then there's another down here. It's actually kind of at the bottom, called Teacher Reference Center. But those two are both education related. So if your topic deals with something in schools, would definitely recommend checking those out. If you're doing something connected to the environment, Greenfile or Environmental Studies will be two databases you want to go to. That can be those can both be very helpful. I will mention that General OneFile, this one right here, is useful because it's periodical resources, but these are magazine articles, and sometimes for some of your topics, especially if we're looking at some of the COVID coverage, you might find that this is particularly useful because they'll be a little more recent and there'll be some more popular magazines. Now, if we scroll down from General OneFile, I do want to mention then InfoTrack Newsstand. This is the news database. So those two together will give you kind of the most recent articles and ones that have been published, within the last few weeks. And they might be good if your topic is particularly timely. One of the ones that is very recent. Health and wellness is here. I know there are a few health and wellness topics for your papers, the soda tax, and some of the other, a few of the other ideas. So if you were choosing one from that category, check out the Health and Wellness Resource Center. That will be another place to find some information. If you scroll down here just a little bit, Science Reference Center is available. This is an okay database. It's for our purposes at least. You might find some information in there if you're doing a science related or science specific topic. And you can see there's some reference books also available now. So this is a good place to get started with the databases. You have on the Penn Manor Library page, you have JSTOR, you have Opposing Viewpoints, you have Student Resource Center, and then if you jump over to the Power Library page and get yourself a library card, you'll have all these other resources available to you. And this really opens up a lot more academic and database sources. So if you have any trouble, if you can't access something, if you're looking for a particular article and you can't find it, let me know, and I'll try to help you where I can. Yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. All right, I hope to see you soon.